Hello, I'm Grace Schmelke, and I've been a member of St. John's for about 16 years. When I read the passage today, the word wilderness stood out to me. When I think of wilderness, I think of unexplored places, no roads or marked paths to guide me. GPS doesn't work there. You're on your own. Jesus was in the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights. I think we've all been in a wilderness for one time or another. Who hasn't experienced the wilderness of grief or loss? Loss of a spouse, a child, a job, a friend, a way of life. The feeling of being on a road you've never traveled before in a place you never wanted to be. I can personally relate to being in the wilderness when my husband of over 50 years died suddenly. I was in new territory. I was lost, adrift. Tasks easily done before his death were totally beyond my grasp. I was tempted. I was tempted to give up. I was tempted to let others make decisions for me about where I should live. Should I stay or should I go? I was tempted to find a comfortable corner and just stay there. But to each temptation, I was moved to say, no, that's not who I am. No, I am called to be more. I am called by God to be more. I am baptized and reminded each day that I'm a child of God. My faith was never an issue in the wilderness. I was never angry at God, but I was worn out. Not worn out like Jesus was. I can't fathom 40 days and 40 nights without food or at least a good glass of wine. No, when I said no to the temptations, a remarkable thing happened. My hollow spaces, which I thought were huge, slowly began to fill with a new sense of wonder at the world and the people in it. I know it was God working through amazing people who filled me up and brought me out of the wilderness. The notes, calls, prayers, dinners, hugs of the people God sent kept the devil at bay until recovery could begin. Here are some of the lessons I learned. I learned that God never leaves us alone. I learned that to be tested isn't bad. Even to fail is okay, as long as we hold to God's promise that He is always with us, even unto death. I continue to ponder, to puzzle, to feel the loss, but Lent tells me to keep trying, to believe, to be better, not to give up hope. Lent is a reminder that our lives are brief and our days are running out, and the black mark of death marks visibly on every forehead. Often, by avoiding the truth of death, we end up stifling the questions of the meaning of life, about God, about eternity, about who we are and where we are headed, and why anything matters at all. Lent, a personal journey into the wilderness, gives you and me an opportunity to examine what really matters. I'll end with a quote by an author whose name I didn't write down. She wrote, "When our bodies are strong, our stomachs are full, and we have high-speed internet and craft beer, questions of eternity seem less pressing." That's so true. But Lent calls the question, and I am constantly working through it, and I am glad to be working through it with you. Thank you for allowing me this reflection.